Hello, my name is Alisa Novitskaya,
And I am Annie Blomquist.
and today our presentation is on poison ivy, oak, and sumac.
What is poison oak, ivy, and sumac? Poison oak, poison ivy, and poison sumac are all poisonous plants that can cause reactions to the skin such as itching and skin rash. About 90% of people who have skin contact to poison ivy develop some sort of rash-like reaction to the plant. These three plants are found all over the U.S. More specifically, though, poison ivy is not typically found in Hawaii, Alaska, or the West Coast. Poison oak is specifically located in the eastern and southern U.S., and poison sumac grows mostly in the Northeast, Midwest, and the Southeast, specifically in swamp areas. More than likely, if you're anywhere in the U.S., you will have a chance of encountering one of these three poisonous plants. More about poison ivy, poison oak, and sumac. Poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac are not contagious. While the rash itself is not transferable from person to person, the urushiol oil that causes the reaction can remain on skin or clothing that came in contact with the poisonous plants and can be transferred to others this way. The reaction to poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac is not the same for everybody. The intensity of the symptoms can vary from person to person. Rashes from poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac all look around the same since the reaction to the skin is caused by the same oil in all three of the plants.
So urushiol is C105H162 and O10, and that is the chemical that is responsible for the reaction given from poison ivy, oak, and sumac. Urushiol is an oily substance that can spread easily from plant to person. Additionally, you can come in contact with it by inhaling smoke from burnt plants containing urushiol or that have come in contact with it. The NIH National Library of Medicine page on toxicodendron toxicity says that the chemical structure of urushiol is variable and primarily composed of a catechol with a long hydrocarbon chain. However, the plant varieties cause the compound to vary. The same source also says that urushiol stimulates the release of local cytokines and inflammatory mediators that initiate the process of sensitization. Basically, cytokines are small proteins typically associated with immune reactions. Reactions to urushiol is essentially an immune response. Additionally, urushiol is lipophilic. Like hydrophilic, it likes lipids like oil and fat. Therefore, it is attracted to the oils on your skin and penetrates the top layers of your skin. The chemical is released through damaged or burnt plant tissue that can then be spread through direct or indirect contact. Indirect contact being like pepper or residue on clothes. Urushiol causes toxicodendron dermatitis, a skin reaction related to the toxicodendron family, that is the family of poison ivy, oak, and sumac. The reaction is classified as an IV hypersensitivity. Essentially, it is contact dermatitis caused by irritated cells as an immune response. The response is an allergenic one, and urushiol is the allergen. It is estimated that 50 to 70% of adults are allergic to urushiol. Commonly affected people include those who like being outside, hikers, people who don't know how to identify the plants, and similar people in other categories. Occupationally at-risk people include Forest Service, firefighters, and farmers. Onset and duration of sensitivities varies by person. Onset can occur between 1 to 21 days or up to 3 weeks. The duration of the sensitivity can last from 1 to 4 weeks, but it's recommended to see a doctor after about 3 weeks if symptoms still persist. The severity will also depend varying on the person and the amount of exposure.
Stages of symptoms and control methods. Typically, the stages of the reaction to poison ivy, oak, and sumac are as following: itching, rash, fluid-filled blisters, and crusting and itching. To manage and treat a poison ivy, poison oak, or sumac reaction, it is important to rinse the infected area and wash all clothing and items that came in contact with the plant, as the urushiol can remain on clothes and skin. It is important to avoid scratching and touching the affected area and prevent infection by keeping skin clean and dry. Usually, the rash goes away on its own after a couple weeks, but anti-itch creams and additional medication is available.
Thank you for listening, and stay safe outside.